Okay, so the mean value theorem does apply to this polynomial function because a polynomial function is continuous and differentiable for all values of x. So there's really just two conditions, right? Continuous on the closed interval. And I usually ask for some kind of support for this. And if you just tell me it's a polynomial, or that it's like, because it's a polynomial, it's continuous for all values of x. Something like that is good support. And same thing with differentiability. We want it to be differentiable on the open interval. And you could say the same thing for your support. It's a polynomial, right? There's a well-behaved functions, continuous for all real numbers, differentiable for all real numbers. Okay, so now that we know it applies, we got to find the value of c. So this is where we have to find, we set the derivative equal to the slope of the secant line through the endpoints. Okay, so that would be f of 0 minus f of negative 2, 0 minus negative 2. F of 0, of course, is 0. And if I plug in negative 2 here, I get a negative 8. And then if I plug in negative 2 in here, I get a minus negative 2. So negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6, which gives me a slope of 3. The derivative is pretty straightforward. 3x squared minus 1 equals 3, right? One of the rare times we take the derivative and set it equal to something that's not 0. In this case, the slope of the secant line. And I can solve this equation, add 1 to both sides, divide by 3, and take the square root. Now, don't forget, I see this mistake. Don't forget your plus or minus, right? When you take the square, x squared equals a positive value, then x is the plus or minus of the root of that positive value. So here's where I have, for these x values, I have a slope occurring that's equal to 3, which is the same as the line that goes through the endpoints in the secant line. So these are two values, but only one of them is in my interval, right? So I got to take the negative. And then we can rationalize to get a nice looking answer. That is the x value for which the slope there should be equal to 3, which is the slope of the secant line. And that should also be in this interval.